Did you know that your quest for spiritual enlightenment might be the thing that ends up killing you? Did you know that? Did you know that there's a life worse than death? That death isn't just the end of it? And I know you know that death is just an illusion and life is a real thing here. But we're talking about an experience worse than death. And you're thinking, how could that be? Is there's something worse than death? Yes, it's living a life that's not true and authentic to yourself. If you were, let me ask you something, truly, if you get it, if you understand what I'm about to say, then you're nearly there, you're getting closer. The question is, would you rather have all of the world, the whole wealth of the world at the expense of your soul? Or would you rather have your soul at the expense of the world? Now, when you think about it, you could have everything. You could have everything. Everything's right there in front of you, but you have nothing there inside. And what happens? It goes away, it rolls away, and nothing means anything. You never help anything, and you will end up dead and alone. And I don't care how many people you pay off to make sure that your death is sad. You will always be remembered in history as a nothing. But then there are people who have nothing and they're remembered as everything. Look at Gandhi, look at Martin Luther King, look at Alan Watts, look at Jesus, look at Buddha, look at Prophet Muhammad. They gave everything and got love back. That is more important than money. Money can buy you happiness, for sure. It can buy you a brand new Mercedes or a Lamborghini, but it doesn't really mean anything, because after, 2-3 weeks, you're gonna say, I want another one. And then you gotta buy a boat. And then you gotta buy a house. And then you gotta buy a mansion and then a castle and then everything else on top of there. It doesn't mean anything. You understand what I'm trying to say? So what is spiritual psychosis in this day and age? And how is it different to what the ancients experienced? Because the ancients experienced lots of things. But the difference between today and back then is that we have something called a phone, and we have the internet, and we have knowledge that's been spread around like it's nothing. We've given pearls out to pigs, and all of a sudden, nothing is everywhere. And everything means nothing. So how can we navigate through this? And what can we learn from the past to get forward and move through this part of history where we could end up being gods amongst men? We could have a civilization that lasts for millions and millions of years, or we could have a dictatorship. We could have a neo-crazy way of looking like the Matrix, this civilization that is absolutely nothing. And I don't care. I don't care. Because it's our choice, it's your choice, it's my choice to be it. And we don't know what the future holds. We don't know, but we can look at the Bible, we can look at the scriptures, we can look at all these type of things. And what it says in the end of the day, that good will win. Good will win in the end of the day, and I believe that. I believe that entirely. And it's not a matter of us having to try to do anything at all. In fact, it's a removal of trying. It's just doing. You need to be able to do the things that you don't want to do. And you have to be able to love it. You have to be able to love it. If you don't love going through the pain and the suffering, you won't love the good times. You'll just discount them as nothing. And it's just something that happens and you won't get it. You won't get what you're trying to actually do here. What you were put on this earth to do is to get rid of all of it. All of the stuff that's built up over the years, over the generations, our ancestors, your genetics. It holds fear, fragments of hate. It's all inside of there already, waiting for you. And you're living through it. You don't know, it's all subconscious. You have to pull it all apart. It's gonna take the rest of your life. But you know what? Those little things, those little victories that you take over yourself, they're gonna be the things that drives you forward. You won't, you know what the funny thing about all of this is? When you start, you might have even already know about this. If you're already going through the journey yourself, if you notice when you start going ahead, sometimes you go backwards, you get, your car breaks down when you're trying to get to work on time. You need to go get fuel, and all of a sudden there's a massive lineup, and the next thing you know, you're late. What I'm trying to tell you here is that you need to continue going forward no matter what. No matter what, you must make it your mission to deep dive within yourself and clear it all out. I can't tell you of a better experience in life than that. So let's get into it, man. What is the history of it? Real quick. Shamanistic societies, Greeks and Egyptians, and early Christianity and Buddhism and Zen, all around the world have we been dealing with this spiritual problem of what is going on. And for thousands and thousands of years, we've had structure and discipline and rituals and people we could look up to be able to figure all of this out. But not anymore. What do we have? What have we got to show from the complete destruction of religion, which I think is a great thing. I think it's a necessary thing that we had to cut down Christianity from a Western civilization, societal point of view, because it was just wrong. Because it'd gone too orthodox, it'd gone too by the books, and they've gotten rid of the mystical element of Christianity, which the foundation is based upon. If it's at least 50-50, man, you gotta understand that Jesus, if we're gonna take it from a strictly, I'm just looking from a biblical point of view, he spoke in allegories, man. He spoke in parables. He wasn't speaking just straight facts, because we and those people at those times wouldn't be able to get it, wouldn't be able to understand. So he spoke in stories. And we've taken the stories too literally, and our society has been ruined because of it. We've absolutely destroyed it because we're trying to live good, trying to live by the word, but the word says that there is no gays. You're not allowed to be gay. You're not allowed to be whatever the hell you want to be. You can do whatever you want, man. This is the absolute downright nuts of it. You are God, and that is what Jesus was trying to tell you. That is what all of religions are trying to tell you, except for a few, of course, that are a little bit screwed in the nuts, but at the same time, Christianity is trying to tell you the same thing. But Jesus, Buddha, all of them tell you that you are God, you have the essence of the universe within you, and you have the power to afford to change the world. You can do that. You can do that, and that's what his message is. If you just have the belief of a mustard seed, then you can move mountains. You are God. You are God, and everyone else around you is God, so forget about it. Forget about the problems. So we've had that system that tells you, especially ancient Egyptians that had a strict, the Native Americans, Aboriginals. The thing is, with those civilizations, you were chosen. You were chosen to be that type of person. Do you understand? You were chosen. You were chosen by the gods. They picked out that you were a unique individual, and that's where you would have been. That's where you would have been 1,000 years ago. You would have been in a monastery. You would have been learning things, except for if you're a woman, of course, in medieval times, you wouldn't have had a good time at all. But let's get rid of that. Let's go to Native Americans. They were renowned for mysticism, for shamanism, and being able to communicate with nature to be able to get the best out of it. And that's what I want. That's what I want to show you, is that if we lived in a great time, in a better time, we would have a system that would be able to teach you all the things that you need to know. Now, we have a school. We have schooling systems that teach you things that are absolutely pointless. Now, there are good things about it, don't get me wrong, but there is a lot of pointless stuff. Let's get rid of all the pointless stuff and let's replace it with things that are going to help people in their future. And like I said before, the real nuts and bolts of why they didn't have these sorts of problems, their problems were probably a lot more demonic, as you would say. Possession and all of this crazy stuff where, you know, people actually are, like, you could actually make an argument that these people are possessed or whatever. And I don't know if they are, I don't really care. To be honest with you, like, that's a different talk. What we're going on right now is that we are missing a structure. We're missing structures in society. So why is it worse than ever? Why is spiritual psychosis worse than ever? I'm going to list out a couple of things. Okay, I'm just going to read them off the screen that I got here, just so we can get them out of the way. Information overload, isolation and loneliness, a culture of instant gratification, the commercialization of spirituality, a lack of proper guidance, and unresolved psychological issues. Let's just melt it all together and just give you the good stuff, okay? We have too much things going on in life. We have so much social media, this and that. I know you know this already. Even with spiritual pursuits, you have to kind of tighten it down. Just if you learn from one person the best, learn everything that you can from them. Don't just go willy-nilly and get into a cult, okay? What I'm trying to say here is that if you learn something, integrate it into your body. Try it out. Be your own social scientist, experiment with it. That's how we're going to have to go forward in the future. Because you know what, 99% of people I wouldn't trust with my spiritual, it takes a lot for me to actually listen to you, because I don't want to waste my time anymore. And a lot of people, a lot of institutions are just wastes of time. I could be a waste of time in the future. I don't know. I don't really care at the moment, because all I want to do is try to help you raise up to the vibration that we need to do. The absolute goal of all of life, and I will give this to Manly Whole, because the thing is, if you want to raise your consciousness and your vibration out there, stop focusing on the bad stuff. Stop focusing on why your life is bad. Focus on the good stuff. If you have something good out there, and I hope you do, I hope you have something you can hang on, some art, some mathematics, anything that you love, the thing that you love, and if you don't have that in your life, go and find it. Find what you love to do and do that. And it's the simplest thing in the world. And you will find that your life gets better because you just want to do more of what you love. Yes, there is an absolute limit that you can get to where you can do your thing, the thing that you love too much. But if it's not totally harmful, you could make money from it, man. If you're an artist, for instance, you could be an artist. And if you love art, do art, continue to do art, and do as much of it and get to the damn bottom of it, where you find out that you might be a superstar one day. You might be famous. You might make money out of this, and this might be your career. That could very, very well happen. Or you might learn to teach art. And that would be a beautiful thing too. Whatever it is, focus on the good, forget the bad. Forget it, just forget about it. We are an isolated culture too. Very, very isolated and alone. And you know what? I have my own personal opinions about that. I think it's a good thing. I like being alone, but that doesn't mean that I don't have friends and I don't have family. What I've learned in my life and through teachers is that you must have responsibility. And friends sometimes can be a responsibility, right? Sometimes you have to talk to them and do things that you don't want to do. But you know what's more important than you not doing anything is your reputation. You must keep your reputation well. And that's only so that you can flourish and be even more of a better leader of thought and be a better person entirely. You have to be responsible. Have compassion for your friends. You understand that sometimes, that's just me though. Sometimes I don't want to talk to people, and I do. I'm not perfect, man. Sometimes I'll just let it go. I'll just do that. But I do it less and less these days because I understand and I've got systems of ways of doing it. For instance, we will have 1 hour a day where I will solidly respond to all the people that are trying to talk to me. In that hour, I'll talk to everyone. In subsequent hours after that, I will just maybe talk to 1 or 2 people, the people that I want to focus on a lot more in their development and because they're their loved ones or whatever like that. You have to figure out a system. Don't let your friends also control your entire life because you can go too far in that other aspect as well. It's all about finding balance. And that's one of the ways that we counter navigate this spiritual psychosis is being able to set up boundaries, being able to limit yourself to what is good. You understand? You need to be able to create the world that you want. This is what we're getting to. We are creating the world that we want. We've been placed into a society and a system, especially if you're in the Western side of the world, then you might have been overloaded with friends and school and stuff like that, but you never had any sort of boundary. You might have good parents and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna count on that, okay? Because I think a lot, even if we are perfect, and you have perfect parents and stuff like that, you're in the very minority of human beings. I hope you realize that, and you should be grateful for your parents if they are. And even if they're not, there are other ways that we can do, you can get around it. And basically, it's one of the other things that we need to figure out in our quest for spiritual psychosis to get rid of it, is that you need to be able to, and this is huge, resolve your psychological trauma. I already know that you need to do that, but this is so damn important. You need to meditate. And I don't really care for psychologists and everything like that, especially the ones that are around that just have a university degree or whatever. I don't really care for them. I don't really think of them that highly, that much, but I understand that they exist and that a lot of them can do good work, and that's really all I care about is the people doing good work. But I know that, like a lot of doctors these days, there are a lot of crooks. There are a lot of crooks out there who just do it for the money, who have no understanding of the self other than what they've learned in a book. See, the thing with spirituality and the difference between that and psychology is that spirituality is an experience. You must experience it. You can't read about it. I can tell you as much as you want about this topic. I can help you and give you as much information as you need to resolve your physical traumas and get past so you can live in the light of the Lord and live in divinity, have the energy of the gods within you. It's available to everyone. Everyone can do it. But if you don't go through the process, you will never get the results. I can teach you things to get there instantly, but you're not going to be able to hold on to it. You're not going to be able to live it true, and all it'll do is fry your little brain out. It'll get there. I've done it. I know what it's like. I've gone through the process. I'm going through the process right now, and I will be to the day I die. Even then, my soul will go through another process too, and we'll go and learn more and more things that are out of this world. I'll be able to understand the mysteries of the universe that aren't going to be solved in our lifetime, in my lifetime especially. You know, I'm getting older. I'm old now. I'm 16. You have to get through it. You have to break through whatever's inside of there. 2 quick points, and then we're going to move on. Instant gratification, be patient, learn to be patient with results, and especially for yourself. It's going to take a long time, and also don't be hard on yourself. Expect perfection from yourself. Expect that. And you should be hard on yourself. Actually, you should be hard on yourself. Be easy on others and hard on yourself. However, don't think that you're going to get it all at once, because it doesn't happen like that. And sometimes it does, but mostly in real life, you're gonna have to work for it. And I'm sorry that I say that. I'm sorry saying the W word. You're gonna have to work for it, man. And the work isn't hard. It is very hard. It's simple. You just have to sit there sometimes. You have to create space. You have to create time out of your schedule to just sit there and do nothing. That's easier said than done. Let me tell you that much, because when you do it, you probably already tried to do it, and you get kind of, I gotta do the laundry, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta cook dinner. It's not good. That's not good. You gotta be able to sit there, and you gotta do it religiously. You gotta do it day in, day out. Just sit there and do nothing. And you know what? It sucks, but you know what happens? After a very short time, you fall in love with it, because you'll see that all of your thoughts, everything just comes to you, and you gotta let it go. Just let it go. One day I'll do a guided meditation, and we can just sit there for half an hour, and I'll get you to the point, and then we can just sit there. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. And the commercialization of spirituality, it's getting sold a lot. Why that's bad is that because a lot of the knowledge that has been passed down to us, actually you had to go through a lot to get it. And just like now, what I'm doing is that I've got a lot of high-level spiritual shit inside of me, and I'm giving it to you all at once. That's hard. That's hard on you. That's very hard on you. But that's how I learn, and that's how I'm going to teach you. Just purely because you've clicked on this video, and if you're at this point already and you're watching it, you deserve the most amount of knowledge and the most amount that I can give you. And you know, there are people that can give you more, but I'm trying to just talk to you. I just want to know, I just want to figure your problems out. I just want to get there in the end of the day. All right, just let's talk about how to fix all of the problems. Again, it's finding balance, okay? But there's a few kind of like key mindsets that I just want to list down again, and then we can just talk about it afterwards as well, okay? So some key lessons to apply, okay, is that periods of desolation and loneliness are necessary. You must be on your own, and you must be all right with that. If there was anything I could give you from this quick chat that we've had, it would be to be your own best friend. Being able to communicate with yourself in a compassionate, loving way without lying to yourself is absolutely one of the most beautiful things and one of the hardest things that we can do, because a lot of our society is taught with guilt and shame. It's sad. So if there was anything I could give you from this conversation that we've had, is be your best friend. That'll help get rid of spiritual psychosis, a lot of it, because from there you can actually resolve your unresolved trauma. And that's what we want to do. Another point, maintain a disciplined approach. Continue to do the things that you need to do every day. Take care of your responsibilities. Don't let yourself go, okay? You are an extremely, extremely important person. You have to be able to do the things that you hate, like for instance, doing the dishes, but you must learn how to do it with love. And this is like the balancing act between spirituality and materialism, because in Hinduism, Brahman is a state of bliss. Being able to be in that state of bliss though, while you're doing the dishes is extremely hard. You get me? But that's the challenge of it. Being able to do those things that you hate or don't like with the spirit of love is how we will achieve a civilization that lasts for 1 billion years. Because it's the hard work that we want to avoid. But those are the things, yeah, we should try and avoid it. We should try to learn to mitigate how bad they are, e.g. make some robots to do the dishes for us or something like that, right? But at the same time, there's going to be some jobs, there's always going to be jobs that we can't get around. We can't create a robot for. We're going to have to do it ourselves, and you need to be able to have that spirit where you can just walk into it and just do it with something you love. Like whatever it is, for you, whatever it is, just do whatever you hate to do with the spirit of love. Get in the present moment, man. Just get in the present moment and just feel the dishes, set up some music or a podcast or whatever and just get into it, man. And just realize how grateful you are that there's running water right coming from your tap. Imagine if you were born a couple thousand years ago, you have to go down to the lake. You wouldn't even have a plate. You'd be even off a damn piece of bark or something, man. Like, we would have had to do a lot of things differently that we got a lot of easy. And we need to keep that perspective about us because even though, you know, we live in a fantastic time, we've still got a long way to go. And there's a lot of things that we can learn from our past, our ancestors as well, okay? Embrace a holistic approach. Take what works and use it. Don't just, like, if you're just stuck in one way of being, you're gonna get left behind. And not only that, you're gonna leave other people behind too. Because it's your goal, it's all of our goal. It's our goal to be, it should be all of our goals, is to be able to bring everyone out of the misery and bring them out into life, into happiness, into love. It's all possible, man. It doesn't, life, as I think as Gandhi said, or Buddha or something like that, said that the world can't afford to, and it's paraphrased of course and murdered, that it can't afford all of our greed, but it can afford all of our needs. And if there are people that are homeless, that are starving out there. There are people that are in war-torn countries that are right now. And look at what we're interested. Fucking Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fighting. Who gives a fuck, man? Who cares? But that's what we're being forced to look at and respond to. Stop caring about all that stuff. Just give a shit about yourself and humanity. That's all it takes, man. The littlest bit of love that it requires, and we will make it. You see, I see that we're going down, we're at a crossroads right now. If you don't know this, we're at a crossroads right now. One option is that we go into everlasting happiness. We go into a technologically advanced, everyone's hungry. We would be something out of Star Trek, man. Like just like the most beautiful civilization ever. Or we go into all out war and everything is not good and it never will be, except for it'll be nice for a small amount of people. We're very close to one or the other. And this is why I'm here now, to help you so that we collectively can move this way. And it's not hard to do. All we need to do is stop being ignorant and stop being hateful and just appreciate where we are, have gratitude. Just remember that we could die at any moment, that the present moment is all that matters. And the person sitting in front of you is a real human being. Fuck everything else. Everything else is shit and bull. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters, man. All that matters is your heart and its consciousness radiating out of it. And you'll see that if you live by those really out there rules, that we will have a better time. You're gonna laugh more, they're gonna laugh more. It's a win-win for everyone. And it's beautiful, man. So I don't think that spiritual psychosis is a bad thing. I actually think it's fucking great. I think it's fantastic actually, because it means that you get to go down, that you're gonna suffer, but you're gonna suffer for what's right. And all I want is for you to come out of hell victorious, just like Jesus did in the Apocrypha, in the book of Nicodemus, man. He goes down to hell after he dies. I don't know if you know that one. That's in the banned books of the Bible, man. He goes down to hell and he releases all the souls that have been trapped there unfairly. The prophets that were down there as well. He came back victorious. And that is the dark night of the soul. This is the hero's journey. This is the point of time when it's up to you to make sure that you win. This is the difficult part about today, is that there's no one, listen to me, there is no one that is going to hold you accountable for your own spiritual path, except for yourself. So you need to make sure that you are doing the best that you can at every moment and time and feeling, because the world is electric, man. It's energy. And if you got negative energy within you, fear, hatred, anxiety, all that stuff into you, this is natural. Yes, it is natural, but it's lower. It's lower nature. It's time for us and you to start living higher, above what has been given to you, so that you can give that to more and more people. Not everyone is meant to. Not everyone is meant to go through what you're going through. But the people that do, we're the ones that change the world, little by little. And this is the new goal. This is what's happening all around us. It's for Christ consciousness, Buddha nature, the universe to finally come out. It's the age of Aquarius, man. We're here. And it's time for us to rise. It's time for us to do the best that we can in life so that we can give as much, and then you'll die knowing that you gave it all. Because you don't want to die thinking that you didn't even get there. And you know what's worse than dying like that? Living a life of regret. Don't regret it. Don't go into your life and think that you're gonna die. You're gonna die. And how you live your life is really all that matters. And I know you know that. But I love talking about foundational stuff, because there's little bits, tidbits and stuff that I've dropped here, but the most important thing is that you gotta know is that you're gonna die, and that you need to make your life fantastic for the people that loved you and the people that will come after you. Stop fucking around with all little shit about yourself. No one cares. Get rid of it all, resolve it inside of here, understand that you are beautiful no matter what you look like. The way that you think is already fine, man. You have been given a power, you've been given a gift, and the world is out to destroy that. Not everyone, but there are dark forces out there that want to make you think that you are wrong and not normal. Let me tell you something, let me give it to you right now. I give you permission to be yourself. I want you to be as perfectly beautiful and in nature, as true to yourself as possible. If everyone did that on this planet, or even just half of them, we've done our job. And that's really all that matters. Let's make it easier for the next generation that comes along. We're facing right now, you and I, we're facing some issues that aren't dealt with. They haven't been a problem forever. Let's make it easy for the next generation that comes, for the younger people, when they grow up, for babies that haven't even been born yet, for generations in the future. Let's make it easy for them. Let's make it real easy so that they don't have to deal with the problems that we've had, even though they might come about. We're struggling for solutions right now because of a few things. We just don't want to work hard. We don't want to do the things that we don't want to do. We don't want to face those traumas. And you know what? In the future, let's get rid of those traumas. Let's aim to have, let's say if you have a child or you want to have children, let's aim to be the best damn parents that we can. Let's aim to be perfect parents. Let's try our hardest. And if you have kids now, let's do more for them. Or try even harder, okay? And I don't mean to say try, you know, like, because the thing is you shouldn't try, just let it go. Give yourself as much you as possible into this world. And we'll find that the world is a lot better place. Spiritual psychosis, it's been a hell of a journey, man. It's a hell of a journey that we're all going through. But at the end of the day, it's very simple solutions. It really is just about trying to figure out how much of it is you. And let me tell you now, it's all you. The more that I dig into this topic, into life itself, I find that everything is determined to how we talk and think about ourselves. We need to believe again. We need to believe that we can do it. We need to believe that if I can dream it, then you can achieve it. You know, like everything is possible, man. Everything that you want to achieve can happen. You just need to be able to go do it. That's what this instant gratification culture has just ruined, man. We don't want to work hard for it. You have to work hard. It is not easy to achieve your dreams, and it doesn't just come in a day. You need to just put yourself in that position so that you can get the most amount of love. And you know what happens, man? You will get the money. You will get the career. You'll get everything that you've ever needed, not all wanted, but you will get what you need. And you will die a happy person. That's so important, man. Plan your death now. Plan it out, man, because it's gonna happen. Don't just waste your time. You know what? If you gotta take it easy tonight and you know, just watch a movie, reward yourself, man. But don't get stuck in there. You must go do what you need to do. And whatever it is, make sure that it's in line with putting forward to the universe a new, beautiful human race, and you will catch the tide. You will ride the wave. You will make it there in the end. Do anything else, man, and you're gonna regret it. You're gonna die alone, you're gonna die sad, you're gonna die just, what a pointless life. What a pointless life many of these billionaire, millionaire fucks have. They have nothing. Jesus, man, if you had all that money, imagine if Jesus had $1 billion. What do you think would happen, man? Don't you think that we'd be already there? Don't you think? And all these people here, they just spend it on themselves because all they care about is their physical body and their feelings. They're not worried about the future of civilization. And when they do, they just try to control it instead of letting the universe do what it does, which is grow and live. Go and live your own life. Live your own truth, man. Be best friends with yourself, dude. And go ahead and give it all. Fuck failure, man. If you fail, that's killer. I love failing personally because at least I gave it a go. At least I tried to do the thing. And even though I might have bombed hard and not getting a laugh, maybe offended someone, I'm sorry, I apologize. But I tried. I tried to give it all. And you know what? 99% of people won't even try because they're scared, because they have fear within them. No fear. If you can just walk away, have no fear whatsoever, that is in the fucking Vedantic texts, man. Just have no fear. Walk around as if you are God himself or herself. It's the same thing to me. It doesn't really matter, man. It's all energy. It's all energy in the end of the day. Positive and negative, feminine, masculine. Oh my God, we're two sides of the same coin, guys. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Just live your life true to yourself. Live it true to how you want to be. And even those moments when you don't know if you should or you shouldn't, listen to reason, be smart, know your capabilities, know how far you can get it, have clarity for what you're going to say, but also have fun. Have a lot of fun. Laugh hard, laugh a lot, love many and all. Be like the sun, shining on all, giving life to everyone, but not lording it over them. That's the Tao Te Ching. Loves to. I love you and I want the best for you. If you are interested in learning more, I'm going to post more videos and I'm going to continue to because I got nothing better to do in my life. Actually, I do, but this is very, very important to me. It's very, very important that I try to get out this knowledge and information that I've accumulated over these years and experienced. I want to give you that so then you can just cut. It took me about 10 years, a decade worth of knowledge. I want to try to give it to you as soon as possible. And it's not just what I'm saying. I'm trying to give it to you something else. I'm trying to give to you energy because there is no fear inside of me right now. And don't worry, I'm just a human being too. But at the same time, I'm trying to live by a maxim that our ancestors, God, and the life itself has predicated to become a better race. That's evolution, that's natural. Be as natural as possible. Be like nature, be like all of that. Be like the sun, man. And be like the moon, you know? Have that side of you too, breaking down. So, you know, it was great talking to you. It's been fantastic. We've had a great conversation, a lot of back and forth. I can really feel it. But yeah, I know that if enough people can get on this wavelength with us, that we can be the people that makes life go forward and we all don't just crumble into nothing. Awesome. I've been Jared Wesley Garrity. I am that person. Who knows what I'll be in the next life, but for right now, it's been great. Peace.